Greetings! Welcome to tonight's edition of Inclusion Fusion. At Inclusion Fusion, we bring you the latest from the left, right, and center of educational issues. Today we are going to bring you some cutting-edge reports from Monmouth University in West Long Branch, New Jersey. This marks the first annual Fun Inclusion Festival, which will be held in a new destination every year. Some of the topics we are going to be discussing today at the conference will be differentiated instruction, social skills, motivation, and collaboration. So without further ado, let's send it out to Wilson Hall for our first field report.
Hey everyone, I'm here at Monmouth University's Inclusion Conference. While in the conference, I took some notes on my handy iPad during Dr. Mastropieri's discussion on social skills. For some viewers who do not know the importance of social skills in an inclusion classroom, I'm going to go over some basics. Some specific social skills inclusion teachers should monitor and look for when dealing with students with disabilities are conversation skills, assertiveness skills, play interaction skills, problem-solving skills and coping skills, self-help skills, classroom task behaviors, and job interview skills. Some ways teachers can assess these social skills are through several different methods, such as sociometric measure, teacher rating scales, the ACCEPT program, and through teacher observations. The best overall method for assessing social skills is by direct observation. Teachers can ensure social skills are improving by providing social skills training when dealing with special education students. To wrap up things, Dr. Mastropieri also informed us about students with autism, ADHD, behavior problems, and various other special needs would benefit from social skills training, and social skills are as crucial as academic skills. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks for the report, Ashley. You know, nothing makes me happier than garlic knots and a diverse classroom. But with a diverse classroom also comes a diverse set of needs. Because of this, differentiated instruction has become essential to the classroom. Because of that, we're going to take you to the grand boardroom at Monmouth University inside of Wilson Hall for yet another interview with Ashley and Dr. Bender, an expert on all things differentiated.
Hey everyone, I'm here at the Inclusion Conference at Monmouth University. I'm going to be doing an interview with Dr. William Bender. We're going to be discussing differentiated instruction in an inclusion classroom. Come on out, Dr. Bender.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
So, Dr. Bender, can you please give our viewers at home an idea of what differentiated instruction is?
Certainly, I'd like to. Differentiated instruction has become one of the most, if not the most widely adopted instructional approach in classrooms today. And it's a pretty simple idea that teachers should present varied instructional options and activities based on not only the academic content to be covered, but also on the learning styles, preferences, strengths, and weaknesses of learners in the class.
That sounds like a great teaching strategy to use in an inclusion classroom. So how can learners with disabilities benefit from differentiated instruction in an inclusion classroom?
We see students with learning disabilities and many other learners in the classroom demonstrate a variety of academic deficits, as well as deficits in planning and various organizational problems. And of course, the concept of differentiated instruction places a strong emphasis on structure and learning tasks to address these diverse individual needs.
Well, Dr. Bender, I heard in the Inclusion Conference, students with learning disabilities typically require various supporting instructional strategies. So what are some strategies teachers can use in their inclusion classrooms for these students?
To go over a few quickly, some strategies that can be useful in an inclusive classroom for all types of disabilities are scaffolding, content enhancements, advanced and participatory organizers, text look back, verbal retelling, peer tutoring, reciprocal teaching, and many others. And these are just inclusion student would benefit from.
Alright folks, all these strategies and more about differentiated instruction can be found in Dr. Bender's book called Differentiated Instruction for Students with Learning Disabilities, 3rd edition. Thank you, Dr. Bender.
Thank you.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Man, that was excellent. I'd like to thank Dr. Bender and Ashley for conducting such excellent interviews at the Funclusion Festival. You know, Monmouth University has done such a fantastic job with this festival, and I would like to take a moment to thank them personally. But we're not done here just yet. We have 2 more segments about some really important topics in inclusion. Those being collaboration and motivation. These 2 topics together can really increase the effectiveness of a student's education. Sherry Paulus will tell us more. Sherry, please.
Hi, this is Shari Paulus reporting from McAllen Hall here at the Monmouth University Inclusion Conference. During the conference at Monmouth, we have heard a lot of talk about the importance of collaboration in inclusive classrooms. Dr. Mastro-Pieri mentioned that in order to effectively collaborate, educators must work jointly with others, be willing to cooperate with others, and share in goal setting, problem solving, and goal achievement. The diversity within inclusive classroom requires that educators, families, and support services work together. This is especially true for the general educators who perhaps without collaboration may not know of effective teaching strategies to meet the needs of students with disabilities. However, in the inclusion classroom with both a special education teacher and a general education teacher, multiple learning styles are addressed and various teaching strategies may be employed. Some of the more popular strategies that can benefit students with disabilities include parallel teaching, team teaching, and alternative teaching. Okay, so to elaborate on the teaching styles just mentioned, team teaching, alternative teaching, and parallel teaching, I just wanted to give a brief description for those at home. Team teaching allows for educators to work together to meet the needs of students. It's often referred to as tag team teaching and 1 brain, 2 bodies. Alternative teaching allows for students in the classroom to receive specialized attention. So one teacher takes responsibility for a large group while the other teacher works with a smaller group of students who are at risk or struggling with content. And finally, parallel teaching can benefit students with disabilities by essentially creating smaller classroom sizes. And we're out!
Welcome back to Inclusion Fusion, doing it live here tonight. Our final section this evening will be done by Susie Sunset, who will be interviewing Dr. Mastro-Pieri, a wizard of all things education. Susie, take us away.
Hey, this is Susie Sunsets. I'm here at Monmouth University at the Inclusion Conference. In just a moment, I'm going to have Dr. Mastro-Pieri on, and we're going to have a nice interview and talk about all things inclusion. So come on, Doctor.
Hello, Susie.
Nice to have you.
Thank you for having me.
So, my first question for you is, what would you say to parents that worry about inclusion decreasing their students or their child's self-esteem?
Well, I would say that educators in the inclusion classroom must be aware that students with disabilities may be particularly vulnerable to beliefs that they do not compare favorably with their classmates. This issue can be addressed by promoting a sense of self-worth and efficacy whenever possible by using tasks at which they believe they will succeed more often. Teaching students to set goals can also increase student motivation. Research suggests that students often increase their achievement when they set their own goals. And again, success will increase self-esteem.
Awesome. So, with that being said, how does inclusion promote student motivation?
Well, placing students with disabilities in the general education classroom can increase motivation and raise self-esteem because students are more likely to attribute their success to their own efforts and academic strategies. This is also known as attribution training.
Excellent. Do you care to elaborate on that last point at all?
Okay, well, being in the general education classroom provides students with disabilities more opportunities to access a broader curriculum. Also, with inclusion, students are expected to achieve academic success alongside their peers without disabilities. Therefore, the expectations for students with disabilities are no longer limited, reducing the stigma that often comes along with having a disability.
Awesome. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you.
It's great to have you. That's all here at Monmouth University. This is Susie Sunset. Back to you.
Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Dr. Master Perry. That'll just about do it for the Fun Inclusion Festival, the Inclusion Festival held at Monmouth University. I'd like to send a special thanks out to Paul Gaffney himself and all our field reporters. In case you weren't here with us for the entirety of the program tonight, we discussed differentiated instruction, collaboration, motivation, and social skills. For all of us at Inclusion Fusion, have a great evening. I'm Thomas Britzel.